Hey dudes and chicks, and neither of those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to Figure for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today, I am going to be using the Leather and Lace palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. I got this in PR. Thank you so much, Unearthly Cosmetics, for gifting this to me. I really fucking appreciate it. The color story looks like this, and I'm sure you guys have already seen it. I honestly got it a little bit later, and so, you know, I'm not mad about it. It's totally fine. I actually cannot give you guys my first impression because I already have used it a couple times because I just couldn't wait, and I'll tell you more about it during the video, but for whatever reason, I could not give you guys my first impression of this because I've already used it twice and fucking loved both of the looks I created. So if you guys are interested in seeing how this look performed, how I got this look, I obviously used some shadows from some other shadows that weren't in this palette. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look or hearing what I have to say about the palette at the end of the video, even though it's not my first impression, then just hang out. Okay, so I am already primed with my P. Louise primer in room number 2, and I'm just going to tell you guys what has been going on with this palette. So I'm going to start with the color Vintage, and I'm going to use my Voldemorphy JH32. And the reason why is because I have actually already used this palette twice. And yesterday, so the first day I wanted to film a look with it, but I actually just simply ran out of time before I had to be to work. And so I like wanted to use it so badly that like I was gonna use my Melt Gemini palette and try to like just dupe a look that I was thinking about creating. But then I just was like, fuck it, I want to use the palette. And so I just used it, and I basically like popped its cherry and did my first impression with it like off camera. And so I was like in a hurry to get another one made for you guys because I felt like a little bit guilty for using it and getting my first impression without like showing you guys. So I had this other like really cool look in mind, and so yesterday I filmed it, and I have been like working with some, God, that looks really good. I knew it was going to. I've been like, so there's times when like if I'm doing like hands-on activities, like if I'm filming or doing my makeup, or if I'm at work and I'm actually like doing hair, my attention problems, my ADHD, can't work on it, can't manage it if you can't even name it, is not really that problematic when I'm doing like hands-on tasks because because I have to do it. Like, so it's a problem in weird ways when I'm at work. My ADHD gives me shit when I'm at work in ways like, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, 2 times in 1 week, I was making a bowl, like formulating a bowl of color for somebody. And I had like several different things, like 2 different volumes of developer, 2 different colors, and then like a booster or something to make the formula. And I got to the very last product and I checked out for like, I don't know, 7 seconds, we'll say. And when I came back to, I had no idea which products I had put in and which ones I had not done yet. And so I was pretty sure that I was like on the last whatever product it was. Like I was pretty certain of that, but I could not trust that I was 100% certain. I was like a solid 99% certain of all the products that I had put in the order in which I had put them in. However, like the risk that I was wrong, the consequences were too grave. So 2 times in 1 week, I had to dump a full bowl full of product in the trash because I just couldn't be certain that when I checked out in that like 7-second interval that I had put what I thought I had put in the bowl. And so like things do happen at work that make my ADHD problematic, but it's not the same as when I have stuff to do at home, like when I have to organize thoughts, when I have to plan like content, or like when I have to do any kind of real, like if I have to sit down at this desk and like do any typing or organizing information or like researching or like any of that, it's really easy for me to get distracted, especially if I have to do research, send emails, research on socials or anything like that. It's really easy for me to get sidetracked and forget the bigger vision. And so essentially I'm just like going in and in because this looks, it's totally building like amazingly well. And I'm getting a lot of dimension. Like I kind of knew that I was going to, and I really think it looks really pretty. So I've been trying out nootropics or nootropics, whatever, however people want to pronounce it. It's basically like compounds and like herbs and like the compounds that are in certain herbs and like isolated and mixed together to make like different like blends. They're called nootropic stacks is what they're called. And it's like a nootropic is the actual ingredient, and the stack is when they make you know, products that actually put a several of those ingredients into one pill. And so I have been taking this class, and it was suggested because one of the people that teaches the class has ADHD too. And so they actually suggested a couple different products that he uses to manage his ADHD when he's doing the exact same shit that I have to do when I'm sitting at the desk. And so I basically, for very inexpensively, was able to like purchase these products. They give you like beginner deals. Honestly, I feel like I could get away with not doing anything more right here, but I'm not going to because you fucking know me better. I'm going to go into Olive and I'm going to use that to just like, I don't even know. I'm just going to wash it. I'm using my Voldemorphe JH40 and I'm just going to kind of deepen up here. And it's not going to be really dramatic, and I don't even want it to be. Quite frankly, I don't want to detract from the light wash of this color, but I just can't. I can't even tell this story in the amount of time it'll take me to do a look if I don't even put any dimension in here. So anyway, so I found a product that I really like, that really works for me, and I only take it, like, I don't take it before I go work at the studio. I don't take it, you know, I only take it when I need to, like, edit, or when I, like, have, like, things I need to write, or shit like that, you know what I mean? Or if I need to get on social media to do like research about what I'm gonna, what my next move is, or you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck shit I need to do, whatever the fuck shit I need to do when I'm sitting at this desk, right? And so it's been really working for me, and it works for me in a way that like I only actually have to take half of what the suggested dosage is. So like as an addict and being addicted to the types of medications that would, like, I obviously was a self-medicator, you know, whatever the fuck that means for whoever. That's not really how I live in recovery. My recovery is based on like accountability and like the fact that like I'm an addict and I have trauma and I used for a reason, but like using was a solution for me because I'm an addict, not because I have trauma, right? And so like, I'm not saying that's anybody else's story, but for me, there's a lot of people who have trauma. I'm just one of those people that when I used, that was a solution for my trauma. And that isn't everybody's story. So like everybody doesn't have to use for their trauma. I am an addict. And so I used because I'm an addict as a solution for my trauma. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to negate anybody like self-medicating, like it's a thing, right? But, so I have to be careful about what I have to be careful. That's all I'm saying. And so, God, that's just looking nice. Can you see that dimension? It's just like very light and airy, but it's like really showing, like you can really see the distinction there. It's nice. I like that. I'm not going to do any more. Sorry. Sorry. Let me apologize. I'm not going to like put any black in or whatever. You know, honestly, I bet you at the end I'm going to be like, why didn't I put any black in there? This black is really fucking, it's no joke, by the way. Okay, let me think about what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to show you guys my outfit. It's like, I'm kind of like wearing like, I'm like doing like a fairy, grungy fairy. You guys know, I've been hitting the fucking thrifting like crazy, hitting the thrift stores, like doing this fucking grunge fairy core shit. I literally know blending is necessary. So yesterday I go to film this fabulous fucking look that I've been thinking of, and I basically, it was tits, perfect, great, amazing. I'm gonna go in with vintage, and I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna swoop it under here. And I did all the things and it looked amazing, and I got off camera and I had taken those nootropics to, what was I doing before? Oh, I was just like taking this class and taking notes and like changing my bio in my Instagram and like trying to make, you know, I'm just working on it, you know what I mean? Words. If I'm working on words, that's where my attention deficit like gets, like makes it really painful. It's painful for me to like sit and try to work on words. I'm really good at it and I always have a really good finished result, but it usually is at the end of like several days of tears, desperation, loss of hope, like everything is black. You know what I mean? So it's really uncomfortable for me. Like I'm really good at it, but it's so uncomfortable for me that like it makes it not worth it for me. And I have to do those kinds of things. So anyway, I'm going to stop explaining myself now because I'm fucking starting to sound like I'm in denial. But okay, so I take these nootropics and I'm doing all the things, and then I decide I'm going to film the look. And so the look is perfect and everything's fucking great. And I put on my lipstick and I went to overline. And as many of you know, overlining is actually kind of fucking hard. And so I do the overline and it looks great. And I'm like, oh, that looks perfect. And then I go, maybe I just want to add this one little bit of highlight. Well, everybody, in case you don't know, if you overline your lips, you can't highlight the Cupid's bow because then it looks like, it just doesn't work, right? The highlight is supposed to be right on the tip of the Cupid's bow. And so the only way for you to highlight is if it's above the line, and if you're overlining, then it's above your Cupid's bow. If you know, you know. So that's like my new favorite saying. So I was like, I fucked it up, and so I went to go fucking pat it in, and I made a little tiny mark that like pushed it up a little bit. And I was like, fuck. So I went to fix it, and I fucking ruined it. And so I kept trying to fix it, and I fucking kept ruining it. And so then I like went in, used makeup remover, wiped it all off, had a stripe, reapplied my fucking, you know, tinted moisturizer is a lot more forgiving in that regard when you're in that situation. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I don't even know if I'm going to add. I'm going to use this Spectrum AO7, and I'm going to go into the darker shade, Olive, and I'm just going to pat this on here because I like it. And that looks great in the crease. So then I go to do it again, fuck it up again. Go to do it again, fuck it up again. Literally after 5 times of wiping off my lipstick and trying to do it again, I ran out of time and I had to take Zoe to Derby. And then basically I had a birthday party I had to go to. I picked up Zoe from Derby, and I'm the chairperson for this bigger NA activity in Montana. And so I had to go immediately into a Zoom meeting, and I couldn't even finish the video because I was fucking the dog and selling the pups on that overline. And so essentially, like, once I started breaking a sweat, I realized it was those fucking nootropics. The slightest imperfection, and I was like off to the races. So I realized yesterday, I can't fucking take those before I do my makeup. Fuck, man. It fucked me up so bad. So anyways, the look that I created was so good, and I couldn't even get a picture of it because I literally was out of time. And by the end of the night, I had so much lipstick, like I had double coated it, and so it was like cracking. It was a tweaker moment. Just saying. I'm going with the simple look this time because I've already used this palette twice. The quality is great. The blend is great. The color story I really enjoy. The shimmers are good, but they're not good enough to keep me, the quality of them is good, they work just fine, but as far as like keeping my attention and like engaging my creativity, that isn't probably gonna happen for me like today. I'm gonna use some other shimmers, no fault of the palette, these are very basic, it's no fucking secret, and so I wanna use some other colors. So quite frankly, I've just been more and more wanting to play with more of my shit and like get my hands dirty. I've really been like more like swatching some shit, and like that's weird for me, as most of you guys know. I'm not really a big swatcher, and I'm actually, the Virgo in me doesn't really like to get my hands dirty, honestly, but more and more I just feel like more and more drawn to like smear fucking use my fingers. Like I've been using my fingers for like all my makeup application. I use all cream products today on my face, like, you know what I mean? I've just been getting into different kinds of shit. So what am I gonna do here, motherfucker? I'm gonna use Divina Celesta, and I'm gonna see what happens with no NYX glitter primer. I'm just gonna like, oh yeah. That's fucking beautiful. Oh, this is probably gonna fuck it up, but I'm just gonna go in the center or the inner corner, like a little heavier. And then I'm gonna kind of just rub that off because I'm gonna like drag it. Beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. I literally just wanted like a light wash of color. And then I'm gonna go into Stone in my, and I'm gonna use that in my, what the, all I ever wanted to. I'm gonna top that, and I'm gonna use no, I might need to use a spray. Maybe I need to use a different, ooh, cute. I can't stop. I need to spray it. I need to. I missed. Shit. That's fucking tits. Titties! Okay, and I just barely put that on the brow bone, which I didn't even go up to, which is fucking also really weird to me. Okay, so I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. I think this is gonna be really fucking cute, what I've got planned out. So I'm just gonna look like fucking woodland pixie, bitch. So this is the manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I use my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Slayer, my NYX Slide On Glide On All Day Hard On in Golden Olive, my Sugar Pill Liquid Lip in Dropout. And honestly, beforehand, I had already put on, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I used my Melt Cream Blush in Golden Hour. And I love these blushers. They are super shiny, like they're just like really luminous. Also, like they're hydrating and luminous, so they're like kind of a little bit oily looking, for lack of a better word, but I really enjoy that. But also they have like a shimmer to them that I really love. This one especially more than Polished, I think is the other one. And then I used my Rituel de Fille in Chimera, the Chimera, and it's like this, and honestly, like, I just slather this whole fucking thing on me right now. Like, I'll just use it all the time. I honestly feel like this is like literally, you could use it with no other makeup and it would just make you look so magical, and like, because that's the goal, right? I'm gonna talk a little bit about this palette just because it seems like I've already used it so many times, but I do want to talk a little bit about it just because it's buildable, it's pigmented, it blends really well. It seems to blend a little bit better, like if I put the transition on before. I feel like this palette is a perfect palette for you to literally be able to go, oh, I wanna wear this color today. Light, medium, deepen it up if you want. You could use all three. You could just use two. Obviously, I used two today. There was enough of a difference between the two colors that just the mid-tone really deepened up my crease. And so I did the exact same thing with these three colors on the first day that I wore it. And then I did a mix of the green and purple yesterday, which was kind of my thing. I might redo the look, but that's, I can't make any promises about redoing looks. Like, I might do it. It was actually really easy to do. So the palette's like really easy to use, and I'm really grateful that I got it. I didn't know if I was going to, so I just was like super grateful, and I feel like it's a very easy palette to use, and it's a palette that you can count on. The one thing I am gonna say is I thought that this shimmer was gonna be a little more green, but upon using it over the top of these purples yesterday, it didn't turn out as green as I was hoping it would. Now, that would probably be different over the top of the greens, obvi, but when you turn it, there's a little tiny bit of a green shift. So when you're just looking at it straight on, it's golden. And when you look at it from the side, it's sort of green, like if you can see that. But when you put it on your finger or on your lid, it has a peach shift. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because when I put it in my inner corner yesterday, I thought it was going to be like a little bit like froggy green, a little tiny bit, like, and it ended up being like a peachy shift. And I thought it was because I put it over the top of the purples, but it isn't. It actually is a duochrome with a green to peach shift. So, and let me just make sure. It actually looks like more golden to peach. Yeah. So, but in the pan, when you turn it, you can see a slight hint of green. And so that might be just, I'm just not seeing it. But when I turn it right here, let me see if I can get it for you guys. You can see the peach in it right there, the shift. Green, right there, boom. So it's a little bit of a tricky color, and this is just a more of a satin than a shimmer. And then you guys know I really love these like dusty rosy purple, you know, these deeper shades. So that's the three swatched. And honestly, I feel like this one's a surprise. I feel like this one is a really nice shadow. These two are like basically what you see is what you get, but this is a little bit shifty. You got to keep your eye on this motherfucker. The other thing I did want to mention is, the fuck, guys. I swear to God. The other thing that I got sent to me was this empty palette. This is actually the cutest magnetic palette that I've ever seen. And you guys know I've been wanting to do like build your own palettes and not quite getting it off the ground. I have one magnetic palette that's small enough to actually like feature in frame. And so I've seen a lot of people put the blush collection in this palette. And as much as I'm tempted to do that, I actually really want to use this to feature my build your own palette videos. So it's just an empty palette, but the fucking cover is so cute. It says like so much shit, typo, and it's got stars and 777, and it's just, she's a little vampire, and it's just got all these cute tattoos. It's just really my style. And so I'm super excited to use this for my build your own palettes. And as much as, like I said, I want to put the blush collection in here, I just have to use this. I have to use it more. Like, I want this to be what I do my build your own palettes in. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is I put this little jewel here. It's a little teardrop. I fucking love the way this look turned out. And honestly, like, I really like the simplicity of this palette. I really am like starting to lean more toward like, I don't know. I just like the way it looks. I think it looks cool. It's not because I'm getting lazy or because I'm uninspired. It's actually because like, I think I'm just starting to appreciate like different styles and different things. And so anyways, I really appreciate like how cut and dried this palette is. And so that's not usually my thing, and that doesn't mean like I'm steering away from that. It just means like I really appreciate the simplicity of this palette and like how usable it is. And honestly, I really am starting to like, I feel like this is like grunge-arama. Oh, the other thing is, dude, when I first opened this, I thought I was like fuzzy. Like I thought I was like bleary eyed. Like it fucking like almost triggered fucking like my vertigo and shit, because like this packaging, I actually couldn't focus in on the shadows. They actually look like double vision because of the way that the fucking packaging is. So anyways, I think this is super grungy and super badass and could replace a lot of my grungier palettes. I've been grunge-a-rama lately, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm, and hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. If you got like halfway through this video and you're like, oh my god, this girl is so pretty until she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check me out on Instagram because I don't talk as much on Instagram. And if you were like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really feel, then go check out my Patreon because I don't hold anything back on there. And I actually have been I'm meeting on Sundays. I'm doing live streams on Sundays at 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later. Slayer!